So this is pound yen analysis for Monday the 23rd of April. Now let's just have a look at different prices and where prices may likely go. So previously we had prices a slight break above this 53.41. We trade all the way up towards that 53.72 or so. So we did somewhat invalidate the 53.41 level, from which we did see the sell side momentum take us down towards the 52.85 as support. Had a rejection again at 53.41, and we did see the sell side momentum breaking below the we did have the sell side momentum breaking below the 52.85. Now, just bear with me a second here. So we then had prices hold the 200 period moving average as support. Then had prices head upwards into this price contraction squeeze here below the 52.85, from which we did see the rejection and the subsequent break of the 200 period moving average. Came down for a test of the 52 level previously, which we did hold the support, but we did see a break of the 52 level. At sell side momentum take us below this 51.25, brief consolidation in towards the 400 period moving average. Had a brief move upwards, didn't quite get up towards our 52, from which we did have another test of the 400 period moving average and the 51.25. We broke below it, didn't quite get down towards our 50.56, and now we're seeing a test from below of the 51.25. So if we do see a rejection of 51.25, we're looking for price to progress down towards our 50.56, very next major level, from which we could see bullish buy side momentum take us up towards our 51.25. But if we do see that sell side momentum continue and we do break below the 50.56, we're looking for price to progress down towards our 41.78, 49.78. And if we do progress beyond the 49.78, 49.10 is the very next major level that we are looking at here to the downside. If, however, we are able to see a break and hold of the 51.25 and the 400 period moving average confluence, which are acting as a further resistance, if we are able to see a break, probably would require quite a bit of volatility, but if we are to see a break and a hold of the 51.25, we're then looking for price progression towards the 152 level, successful break from which we're looking to see our price track towards 200 period moving average, which previously acted as support, could potentially act as resistance, but ultimately we're looking for price to progress down up towards the 52.85. I don't anticipate price moving beyond 52.85 at a very strong major level. Possibly look to see some sell side momentum return to the market from that level, but if we do not see the sell side momentum and we do break above the 52.85, price progression towards the 53.41 is the very next level that we are looking at here on the pound against the yen. What we'll do now is we'll have a look at the higher time frames just to see how prices are developing here on the pound yen. And head over to the monthly chart first. We'll get the scale on here correct. And as we can see here, get the pen. We are seeing this continued recovery in the pound. We saw that pretty sharp sell-off, but we are seeing that bullish buy-side momentum return to the market somewhat. We have seen some sell-side momentum come into the market last week. We'll look to see if we do see the bullish momentum from the higher time frames return to the market to see a further recovery in the pound. But we do have to be aware that we are still operating in shadow of this very large candle, and with the sell side momentum from last week, there is a potential for this market to turn around a bit and see a deeper retracement before seeing a further continued recovery here in the pound against the yen. What we'll do now is we'll have a look at a weekly time frame just to see how prices are developing here. So on this weekly time frame, again, we did see this recovery here, a sharp sell-off, and we did see this move back upwards. We were retracing this sharp sell-off, but did see last week's candle close near its lows. We'll see if we do see that momentum follow through this week. We would still, even if we do see a bit of retracement and see that bullish buy side momentum, there is the possibility of posting a higher low in relation to this swing low here, and seeing a further upside momentum continuation all the way up towards our 200 period moving average here. On the weekly time frame, sitting in around at 160 on the pound against the yen. What we'll do now is we'll have a look at the daily time frames and the time frame. And here on this daily time frame, we formed our lows here, had a somewhat consolidative move to the upside, had a brief pullback down to support, had strong momentum in towards our 53 level, came pretty close towards our 54, and from which we have seen a sharp sell-off here down towards our major levels of potential support. Now we'll look to see if we do see that momentum follow through to the downside all the way back down to this area of consolidation in around those 148 levels, 148, 46 and 147.35. Look to see if we do retrace all the way back down there an area we could potentially find support, or if we will turn around from where we are at present, post a higher low, possibly somewhere around a 49.78, and see that continued progression to retest the old highs at 53.41 before looking for price progression towards that 54.72. And with that said, that wraps up the pound yen analysis. Thanks for watching.